This is Rudkowski of WeAreChange.org here in Orlando, Florida at the International Canine Expo. And with the DEA agents being caught for bribes by drug cartels and having wild sex parties down in South America, to CIA planes being caught with cocaine on them, this is actually a good story of the federal government actually shipping out drugs. I'm actually joined by Irvin Rosenfeld. Out of 4 individuals in the entire United States, Irvin is one of those 4 who get shipped marijuana by the federal government. How were you able to do this? How were you able to get our inept, our just divided and conquered crazy government to ship you marijuana each month? How did you do it?
It was a long, hard struggle, and I was very fortunate, very lucky. There used to be a program under the federal government, it was called Compassionate Care Investigational New Drug Program. And through the state of Virginia, through the help of University of Virginia Law School, after a 10-year struggle with the federal government, I was able to have hearings before FDA in Rockville, Maryland in 1982. And with the luck of God and everybody else, somehow I won those hearings. Wow. And so I became the second person in the United States that the federal government grows and supplies 10 marijuana cigarettes daily for me, for my bone disorder, and has for now almost 33 years.
Holy cow. Can you show us what they ship you and what they give you?
Here's the tin can right here. And this shows you the cannabis. It's grown on the campus of the University of Mississippi in Oxford, Mississippi. The farm's been there since 1968. They then take the marijuana and ship it to Raleigh, North Carolina, to Raleigh Research Triangle, where they put it in cigarette form, like a cigarette machine. They put 300 cigarettes to the tin can. They then freeze it, and so it doesn't degrade. Because when I got this shipment, which was in June of 15, this was packaged in January of 09. So how often do you see medicine that's 6 years old?
Yes.
But that's what this is, but thank God it works for me. Yeah. And it serves as a muscle relaxant. It's anti-inflammatory for pain. And my tumors that I have, these bone tumors, I can develop new ones at any age, and existing ones can grow at any time. I've not had a tumor grow or a new one develop since I was 21, wow. And I'll be 63 in February. Yeah. So it saved my life. Yeah.
I was going to say, wow, that's a lot of joints. 2, if there's anyone deserving, especially with all the horrible medical conditions that you have to go through, I think it's you to actually have this medicine being given to you. Can you just tell us about some of the diseases that you have and some of the ailments that you have and how marijuana specifically helps you deal with those ailments?
Well, again, I've got bone tumors, mostly growing outwardly. Here's one right here in my wrist. The muscles are stretched over the tumor, which makes it very painful. Okay? And also there's a sac of fluid over every tumor trying to protect the tumor from tearing the muscle in the vein. That's called a bursa. And the more the inflame happens with the bursa, the higher chance of malignancy. Then my right ankle, the tibia and fibia, is basically fused by a big tumor. So there it's pain all the time. So again, the cannabis relaxes the muscles, thereby easing the muscle tension, thereby easing the muscle pain. It serves as an anti-inflammatory, so the bursa doesn't get enlarged. Less chance of going malignant. Okay, it helps with the pain, like with pure analgesic. And then I've not had a tumor grow since I was 21, and they should be growing, and they haven't. So I'm very fortunate. I mean, that's why I feel like it's kept me alive. Yeah. And so when someone has something that's devastating, that's really bad, it sucks. You don't ask for it, it's really bad. So you want to try to make something good come out of something bad. Okay, when I became a federal patient in '82, Robert Randall, who was the first patient, and myself decided that we knew the benefits of medical cannabis. But worldwide, hardly anybody else did. That was what we had to do. Okay, as long as he kept his eyesight, because he had glaucoma, as long as I survived without these tumors killing me, with hemorrhaging or something like that we were going to educate the entire world. Mm-hmm. Now, what's happened here, 33 years later, now we have all these states that have recognized the benefits of medical cannabis. Here in Florida, we're trying to. I mean, we almost did it last time. Mm-hmm. We got higher percentage voters than any other state, I think almost ever, but it wasn't 60%. We needed 60, we got 58. So the point is, I feel very comfortable about it. I've helped millions and millions and millions of people, not only in this country, but worldwide. I mean, in Israel now, we have 12,000 patients. Wow. Okay, and we set the program up in Israel, one of my friends. And so worldwide, we've just accomplished so much that it's like I say to my bone disorder, F you. Because of you, look what I've accomplished. Mm-hmm. I've made something good come out of something bad.
Wow. I'm very curious. Do you know anyone else with the same kind of ailments, with the same kind of conditions that you're going through that are also taking marijuana or not taking marijuana, and are they seeing a difference in their symptoms and how their body is reacting to it?
I do have several patients that I know that have my exact disorder, and one happens to be in a state where it's not legal. They're fighting to get it legal now, but I know how much it's helped her. And so in other patients, the toughest thing that I run across is parents, okay, saying, what do I do with my child? Do I give them this at a young age? And it's hard for me to say. The only thing I can say to them is if I knew then what I know now. My disease was diagnosed at age 10 in 1963. It was age 13 where the tumors had developed enough, they grew as the skeleton grew. And so it was age 13 then they started really erupting, and I was having major operations. Knowing what I know now, if I back then, I would have taken the medicine.
Wow.
Okay, and that's all I can tell parents.
Yeah.
And I can't tell them they should or shouldn't do it for their child.
Yeah.
It's just that I would, but that's got to be their decision.
Yeah, that's very important information that you're giving us out there. Thank you so much. And I was just wondering, with marijuana becoming legal in so many different states, are you worried about possibly, one, over-regulation, or two, possible corporations coming in that could commoditize it even more and make it less available for people? Are you worried about any of those two factors when it comes to the changing state of marijuana?
I'm worried about both factors, yes. Because the point being is, and the government still doesn't recognize it as a medicine, but they're all different strains. And different strains work differently for different diseases. And so by having the individual dispensaries who really care about the patient, yeah, it's nice to make money. Okay, you want to make money, but really a lot of dispensaries care about the patients. They want to learn what's best, what best strains helps that patient. That's what they care about. And if patients come in there and can't afford it, well, they give it to them, okay, because they're there to help patients. And what I'm worried about is something a big company like a big pharmaceutical retail store, let's say, that's a chain all over the country. If they somehow are allowed to get in the business, they're going to be growing pot. Okay, they're going to have 1, 2, maybe 3 strains, but this is your pot. Okay, it's not going to be medical cannabis, you know, because they're not going to care about that. It's going to be a commodity, and they're going to be selling pot. Which one do you want? This A, B, or C? Yeah. And they're not going to know which strains work best because they're not going to care. So yeah, that does worry me quite a bit.
Now, where can people find out more information about you? I know you also have a book, and is there anything else you want to get out there to the people who are watching right now?
Yes, again, I do have a website, irvinrosenfeld.com, but yeah, my book is the main thing. It's at the website www.mymedicinethebook.com. Repeat, mymedicinethebook.com. This is really my entire story as far as my life dealing with cannabis, the 10-year struggle, first of all, being an advocate against it. I mean, in high school, I was an advocate against marijuana. Why would a healthy person use an illegal drug when here I had all these dangerous operations and having to take all these dangerous drugs? I go to college in 71 in Miami, and there everyone's smoking marijuana in my apartment complex. Well, I'm not going to break the law. After 30 days, I realized I wasn't making any friends because I wouldn't smoke pot. So I finally gave in to peer pressure. It didn't seem to be harming them any, and I smoked, and it was pure garbage. People around me were getting high, or they were acting like they were getting high. Me, nothing. But it didn't harm me. And I was accepted. I was making friends. So who cares if I want to get high, get a buzz, I'll drink some bourbon. So all of a sudden, the 10th time I did it, I was playing a game of chess, and I sat for 30 minutes. And it was and I hate chess. It was the first time that I'd sat for more than 10 minutes in 5 years. Normally I'd sit for 10 minutes, stand for 10 minutes. So I immediately thought, in what way did I take all the narcotics? I had morphine, I had Quaalude, I had Valium, name the prescription, I had it. Yeah. I said, wait a minute, I haven't taken a pill in 6 hours. How could I sit for the first time? And then the person beside me gave me the joint. It was my turn. Mm-hmm. I looked at this piece of garbage, because to me that's all it was garbage. I thought, my God, this is the only thing I've done differently. I've smoked this garbage. I wonder if there's any medical benefit of this garbage. Mm-hmm. And that's how it all started. Yeah. And so now, here, all these years later, I know how well it works, and so I want to get the word out to help other patients.
Beautiful, amazing, incredible story. Irvin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Irvin's website is going to be in the description below. Definitely check it out. If you know anyone who didn't hear about all this incredible information that Irvin just explained to you, share this video with them right now. If you enjoy this channel, if you enjoy the videos we produce, don't forget to subscribe. But most importantly, thank you again so much for watching.